All right, it is Monday, December 14th. I'm Tom Novak. This is your Bring Me the News and Novak Weather Update brought to you by Grand Casino of Mille Lacs and Hinckley. Thank you, Grand Casino, for sponsoring this update. A visible satellite loop over the upper Midwest. You can see that we have clear skies for the most part over central northern Minnesota, northwestern Wisconsin with some high clouds. Now, these are high cirrus clouds that are streaming into southern Minnesota from South Dakota. They're harmless because our atmosphere is extremely dry right now, and it's very difficult to support any precipitation with these clouds here that are streaming in to southern Minnesota. But it is a harbinger of what we can expect tomorrow. I think we're going to have a lot more in the way of clouds tomorrow. All right, temperatures across the upper Midwest. Look at the lows this morning. You thought it was cold out there. Well, it was. Look at northwestern Minnesota. Temperatures below zero over much of the northern, probably 1/3 of Minnesota. Dropped into the teens here in southern Minnesota and western Wisconsin. And then this afternoon, you can see what happened to the highs. We warmed up to near 20 degrees in the Minneapolis-St. Paul metro. It's the same over much of southern Minnesota. But look, northern Minnesota up only into the single digits this afternoon. Yeah, this is much colder than what we are used to, although this is almost considered average, just a little bit below average for this time of the year. But it just shows you how cold it should be as we get into mid and late December. Now, overnight lows tonight will be dropping into the teens. I don't think as cold as last night, especially over northern Minnesota. And then tomorrow, a little bit more optimistic. I think we're going to warm well into the 20s here in southern Minnesota. Of course, like I said, we're going to have quite a few clouds, and then temperatures will be held into the teens up in northern Minnesota. All in all, not a bad day tomorrow with these temperatures are near average. All right. Want to know where it's cold? Take a look at what's happening up in Canada, just north of the North Dakota and Minnesota border. When you go up into Manitoba and Saskatchewan, temperatures this afternoon, now these are high temperatures this afternoon, are in the teens below zero as you go north of the border. So there is some cold air. And just for geographic references, here's Minnesota and western Wisconsin. And again, look at this cold air up in southern and central Canada, and you go up into northwestern Canada, and it is bitter cold air up there. So rest assured, there's some cold air out there, and it's going to try to make its way into the upper Midwest. But as you can see, as we go through time here now, this is later this week, the cold air stays bottled up in Canada as we have a west to northwest flow across the United States in the middle and upper layers of our atmosphere, and that's keeping the cold air north of us. But no doubt it is bitter cold when you get up in northern Canada, northern and western Canada, with temperatures staying well below zero even for the daytime highs for much of this week and into this weekend. Now, as we get into Saturday of this coming weekend, look at the battle zone that's setting up over Montana, North Dakota, and Minnesota. With temperatures, with the contrasting temperatures over this portion of North America, you can be rest assured that there's going to be some active weather that starts to develop over the northern portions of the United States, not only this weekend, but then as we head into next week, because it's just a matter of time before this bitter cold air finally sinks south into the upper Midwest. The jet stream, the river of air at 30 to 35,000 feet shows you our problem. This is one of the reasons why we don't have any precipitation here in the upper Midwest. We have what's called a split flow in the upper levels of our atmosphere. We've got one branch of the we call the northern branch of the jet is located just north of Minnesota, while the southern branch of the jet stream is digging south into Texas and New Mexico. And that's where the most inclement weather is located, not only today and tonight, but also much of this week. You're going to be seeing most of the precipitation stuck near the Gulf Coast and then over the eastern portions of the United States. However, we do have a change that's going to be happening as we get into late this week and weekend. We do have a trough that's developing here over the Intermountain, in the Intermountain region of the western United States, and then that trough is pulling out into the plain states. And yes, on the nose of that jet stream that's pulling out in the plain states, we could have some precipitation. It's likely going to be a mix of rain and snow. In fact, I show you that here on the extended forecast from Bring Me the News and Novak Weather. Look at this. I'm optimistic. I'm hoping for a 30 in the Twin Cities metro tomorrow. That might be, again, a little bit optimistic, but still, temperatures near or above average for much of this week. And here's the interesting day on Friday. I think we'll likely have maybe even a few rain showers early in the day that change over to some snow. And it could be as much as an inch or two of snow in some areas on Friday. But then look at this, another nice warm up for Sunday and Monday of next as we get into next week. And then the bottom may drop out as we get towards Christmas as far as the temperatures are concerned. And yes, I am holding out for snow, especially as we get into next week. All right, that is your weather update. Appreciate you joining me. Everybody have a great evening.